Hello everybody, Mr. Storm here, and welcome back to Factorio. In the last episode, we worked on getting our silver ore production up and running, which we were able to. And so we are making silver ore. The one particular piece, because we just basically had to hook up all the, supply the ores, deal with all the byproducts, supply all the various other things that needed to be done, the various acids that are required. Got all that taken care of. The one thing we did not kind of handle is the geodes. We were dumping them into the silos, but they needed to be connected up to the larger geode dissolving system. So I went ahead and took care of that. So the geodes should all be moving through the system now, heading to areas where they can be dissolved. I went ahead and added some additional liquefiers so that we should be able to have sufficient capacity to dissolve the geodes we'll be producing. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So, we are now ready, I think, to begin building out the last of the ore refining production lines, and that is going to be for tungsten. And tungsten adds an extra step to the existing process that we've been using. So if we go ahead and I expand this up, so we have the ore crushing, we have the flotation cells to make the chunks. We've been going up to the crystals level with the leaching plants up to this point, but now we're going to be adding in ore refineries to create purified ores. And then we're going to be sorting them to create the tungsten with hybrid catalyst. Now, fortunately, looking at this, that our numbers and ratios are pretty much the same as we've been using. 3 crushers to 9 flotation cells to 14 leaching plants. And we'll just be adding in a section for 9 ore refineries per ore. And again, 5 sorting facilities. So, what I'm thinking we can actually do is use the existing blueprint as a guideline. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building it north of here, and I'm going to be flipping this around so that everything kind of points to the north. And you may be able to tell here, but I went ahead and cleared out, my construction bots clear out a large section of forest so that we'll have some room to work. And is there anything else mentioned? Oh yeah, I brought the tank up here because I was noticing that the pollution was getting uncomfortably close to some areas, beginning to spread. So, I brought the tank up just in case we need it. I don't think we're going to need it. But, at least not right away, anyway. Oh yeah, and I manufactured all of the structures that we're going to need to build this out. So, well, except for the inserters. That's the one thing I did not make. But that's okay. The filter inserters. That's okay. I think we need like, what, 50 some odd of those? You know what? I'm just going to go make 60 of them. Just get that all manufacturing. The logistics bots will get me those resources back. And let's go ahead and let's take our guy here. And let's drop it in. Now, we're going to have to remove those ore sorters in order to work on this. And I just want to make sure that we're going to set this in such a way then we're going to actually have room to work. Let's see. That is the RoboPort there. Let's see, it's going to be another one of these. So let's kind of drop it in right about... Just kind of eyeball it a little bit, right about there. And we'll let our bots get to work. Oh, and I'm going to need some silos. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. Actually, I'm probably going to need about 15 silos. We'll make 20. And I'll probably need a few of the substations as well. Now, this should have given us enough time to where much of this has been assigned to construction bots. And we're probably going to need some more lights. Let's go ahead and manufacture those. Alright, get those guys installed. Get those guys installed. Now, I'm going to let this all actually build in, because we're basically going to remove this whole section here. Alright, looks like the rest of the construction bots are beginning to bring in their components. And there we go. We should have all of our stuff installed. Alright, so let's go ahead and remove all of this. We're going to have to figure out what it is that we're going to need to make these ore refineries actually work. So I haven't actually used any of them before. At least not in this series anyway. So I'm not that familiar. Alright, remove that. That should be fine. Okay. So, let's see. We're going to be bringing in the crystals. Actually, let me go ahead and set these up with the right ores they're going to need. Alright, so we're going to need bobmonium, stereotyte, and givelite. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's make this the bobmonium. Alright, so then the sapphirite and all of these is going to be switched over to bobmonium. Bobmonium. There we are. And then the sapphirite crystals here become bobmonium. The stereotype can stay the same. And then Givelite will be over here. The Rubite. Now we are in construction, but we're not in logistics. So I'll have to, I don't necessarily have to fix that, because all of this can get built. But moving around here without the logistics coverage makes me getting deliveries of stuff I need a bit of an issue. We'll just slide that guy right in here. It will make expanding this a slight issue. Actually, let's bring that over here. It won't be ideal placement, but we'll keep it out of the way of areas that need to be expanded. We need some medium electric poles here. Medium electric pole Mark III. I should have built that. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so that all should be there. Alright. So this will be Givelite. This one's going to be Stereotype, and then this one will be Bobonium. Okay. And these are all installed incorrectly. There we go. Okay. Alright, so the only input we're going to need are actually crystals. And there's no byproduct? No, there's no byproduct. And there's no extra inputs. Okay, that makes things extremely simple. Perfect. Alright. So let's go ahead and plane it in. Except that all of my belts are gone because they were all used up to build everything. Are they being brought to me? There's 20 on the way. I guess I'll go stand near the roboport. Alright, still requesting a lot of belts. Let me go see here. There are 1.6 thousand in storage. A bunch are being picked up. Now I only see construction bots picking up. We're drawing fairly heavily on the titanium because we need it to make the belts. Oh. Well, that's no good. We have a rogue biter up there that is killing our construction bots. That is not good. So it looks like I have a nest to go kill, because I'm going to have to build a causeway to go get access to that. Well, let me do something here. I'm going to take off my construction ports. And by creating a causeway, it's going to create an access route for that nest, which means we're going to have to blow away that entire nest. Alright. So be it. Before it wrecks my entire construction robot force. Alright, make your deliveries, come on. Alright. Nah, I just need to get to where I'm going. Alright, it's probably actually best that I get in between the tracks. I tend not to build too much in between the tracks. Alright, Mr. Biters. You have suddenly become more of a nuisance. Worth. Where's the other biter? Alright, that is one dead spitter. Alright, let's get up here and kill these things. Now this is going to be interesting because this is stuck on a peninsula. Bullets, bullets. Come on. Plasma cannon is doing its work. There we go. They're all dead. These guys may eventually end up being a problem, but they are not now. And clearing that out is going to be... Eek. Well, actually, the easiest way to clear that out is to build a fill, and then build a fill that gets close, but does not actually connect to that, and then I can just use my plasma cannon and blow them all away. That's a sapphirite deposit. That may become useful at some point. Whoa! Okay. That's a pretty tough tank there. I saw that the signals were all red and yellow, but couldn't stop myself in time. Oh, incoming. Yeah, that's one way to try to avoid getting crushed by the train, is keep an eye on the signals on the track. Because when the signals change color, it'll let you know there are trains on the way. And I just clipped that warehouse and destroyed it completely. Hopefully there wasn't anything in there that was useful. Let me put my roboports back on. Alright, and I don't have any iron plate. Interesting. Well, let me just get the train, not the train, the tank back someplace where I can have ready access to it when I'll need it. Minimize that because it's a little bit in my way. Alright, so I just need enough iron to make one of these. And then I can put it in here in the construction bots where I place it once done. Alright. I actually do have some belts now. So I can at least get to work on setting some things up. Oh, there's enough iron plate. Okay. So we're going to make the storage warehouse. Yeah, because I should have everything. It hasn't been scheduled for pickup yet, but then again, we have no available construction bots. We still have over 200, so we should be okay. Wasn't quite expecting to have to do that becoming the problem. I was expecting more maybe one of these nests up here getting a little touched by pollution and causing an issue, but you know. Do what we gotta do. Alright. So here's the ore refinery. It's a fairly large structure.
So we're going to have, let's see, the output coming like this. We're doing another input like that. We're going to have one of these here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 spacing. Because again, we're going to have output. We're going to have input. And then we're going to have output. Okay. So let's go ahead and route into the inputs. Not enough belts. Okay. Well, that's one thing that I'm going to need, and I'm going to need a lot of, so I'm not going to wait for the bots to get them to me. I'm going to go ahead and go grab them myself. Grab a few hundred of them. There we go. And then get back to what I was doing here. Right, fuel train back up, and we're gonna send ourselves on over to the mining complex. Alright, I keep forgetting that I need to add in some lighting here. We'll start with that. Alright, so this is the Jivolite output. Coming in here and coming out. So this should be purified Jivolite. Right, and this is the stereotype. So this is going to be stereotype, and this is going to make this bobmonium. That's wrong. That goes in there. There we go. That's input. This is output. Right. Okay, so let's do this. Extend these a little bit. And then do this whole process again. Which actually we're going to want to send that underground. I'll probably want to send that underground as well. Actually, no, we don't need that one underground. Because we're going to go underground with this one. Emerge there. And then come in there. Right. Let's see. It needs to be 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, and that's off. You know what? Fine. It's no big deal. I'm not going to worry about blueprints. I'm just going to manually drop this in. Because this is the only time that we're going to have to build this particular configuration. Just run the belts out. Hopefully I'll have enough. And no, I don't. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Oh, you... Take off my roboports and turn off my construction bots. Alright. Ghost that in. To get into the construction queue. There we go. Okay, so the constructor bots should take care of that. Alright, so now we just need to say, you guys all do Givelite, and then we're going to say you're going to input. Input and output. Input and output. It shouldn't really matter. How much are we actually producing of these things? 13.4. But yeah, a single line. We shouldn't need to use both sides of that belt. That should be fine. Next, you know what? I am going to make a quick blueprint. Oh, crud. Modify that blueprint to remove that. There we go. Because it took the recipe with it. This needs to be stereotyped. There we go. And I also look to have run myself out of inserters as well. Alright, but that should be everything. Then it's just a matter of getting that in. These guys are getting in the way again. Right, because this has got to be the catalyst. And strangely enough, it's probably going to be easiest for me to just blueprint the single inserter. There you go. Alright, so that's all in. And that's the process, right? So if we change this, I should have a fifth, right? Yeah, there's the fifth. Oh, right, I took my road ports off. There we go. Okay, so you guys are going to now be making tungsten. There we go. And this line is getting flipped around. And coming out this way. And then we'll route that through here somewhere. And send it off to whatever, well, basically the loading bay we're going to set up for the trains. For all of these ores. Which is going to be the next project after this whole thing is set up and operational. But we're out of resources. We're out of inserters. We are out of belts. I should have things being delivered to us. We got a bunch on the way. So yeah. So now it's just going to be a matter of me getting everything I need to do the next phase, which is hooking up all the ores, hooking up all the acids, dealing with the byproducts, making sure everybody's powered, and then getting this thing up and running. So that's going to be the next project. And we'll probably do that next episode. It might take the entire episode. Not sure. But once we get this up and running, then we're going to be setting up the train depot that is going to take all of the ores from all of these production lines and then load them in warehouses and make them accessible for the trains. And then after that, we set up the new foundry that's going to turn all of these ores into plates. And I actually have to do a lot of work basically planning that out, because a lot of those production lines are interdependent, so I kind of need to have a good plan before I head into that. But that's some time down the road. For now, let's see, yep, okay. Those are all good. Okay, so for now, we'll go ahead and end the episode here. And we'll continue work on this when we come back. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you next time.